Блин, звук не включил. Меня, короче, затрахал уже этот квест с монастырем. Я думаю, еще часик максимум здесь побегать, потыкаться, потому что я не знаю. То ли замки надо взламывать, то ли еще что. Я уже не понимаю, как мне этого святошу вычислить, честно говоря. Потому что мне кажется, что те побочные квесты, которые я взял, типа там достать вино и так далее, они мне ничем не помогут вообще. Я знаю точно, что квест на странице, который я собираю, ну я их не собираю случайно, только если нахожу. Его делать точно не надо, потому что за него дают ключ, который мне уже не нужен. Вот это единственное, что я в гугле подсмотрел. Больше я ничего не смотрел, потому что я не хочу себе спойлерить, как бы. Мне интересно самому сделать, но, блин, я уже сколько, 2 дня здесь провел, блядь, по-моему, вот в этом монастыре. Что-то как-то мне поднадоело, я хочу уже закончить этот квест. Как его закончить? Вопрос хороший. Сколько надо тут дней, может, провести или что еще? Я попробую те опции, которые, блядь, до сих пор я еще не пробовал.
This is not a good time for question.
Brother? What are you doing here?
You're right, brother.
This is your second.
Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works or in obedience. And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but, since he has the authority, let him cut out those faults by the roots as soon as they begin to appear. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silo. The well-disposed and those of good understanding, let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments, knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death.
In the night, I overheard the cicadas in the cellar. They were talking about you.
Oh no. So it's still not over. This isn't a life in service of God. This is purgatory.
Lucas, what's going on?
What do you think? Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing hazard as if they were in a brothel.
We'd be safer not to get mixed up in the affairs of our superior brethren.
You're probably right. But I was naive and hoped I could fix things. I warned them if they didn't stop, I'd go and tell the prior. But instead of mending their ways, they vented their anger on me. You've picked the wrong people to make enemies of, Lucas, they told me. Now I can't even count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offenses, or for no offense at all.
What if I reported it?
Aren't you afraid they'd start hounding you as well as me? Trust me, brother. You don't want to know what it's like.
I'm not afraid of them.
Brother, you have the courage I lack. May the grace of God be upon you.
There's something I should tell you. Something secret. I'm looking for someone here in the monastery.
You're looking for someone? But you're a novice, aren't you?
I am a novice. At least until I find the man I'm looking for.
Why would you be looking amongst monks? You know, the laws of man aren't valid here. In the cloister, we're subject to divine law, the law of the church.
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding out here in the monastery. He had a hand in raising the Neuhoff farm. He's taken many lives.
I heard something about that. But why are you telling me all this?
Because you could help me. It has to be one of the other novices.
That can't be. Have you told the prior? What are you going to do to this man once you find him?
Talk to him. Then I'll see. Do you have any idea which of the novices could be the imposter I'm looking for?
I don't know, and I don't care to know. I wish you'd never told me. Now I won't be able to sleep at night.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas.
You see, I'm looking for someone here.
You're looking for someone?
I am a novice. At least until I find the man I'm looking for.
Why would you be looking amongst monks?
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding.
Because
you could help me.
That can't...
Talk to him. Do you have any idea which of the novices could be the imposter?
I don't know.
На самом деле запросто может быть он, а может и нет.
Talk to me, brother. About those keys. Did you get them? Keys? Or at least lockpicks?
Yes, I have them.
In that case, come before midnight to the cloister garden. I'll be waiting for you there, and we'll head off.
I've read one of the manuscripts copied by one of the novices. I think I'm going to cry.
It's that touching, is it?
Touching? More like infuriating. A horrible, abominable waste of parchment. Young people have no respect for writing.
Конечно, проще всего подозревать Йодока, но я не уверен, что это он. Как попасть в комнату аббата, блядь? Она закрыта на тяжелый замок. Если я вообще правильно понял, что это она. Ну, типа, там есть комната за библиотекой. Я думаю, что, скорее всего, это комната, типа, блядь. Ну, а какая еще тут будет среди других-то? Остальные на улицу, по-моему, ведут.
What do you desire?
I've discovered something about the wrongs being committed here.
I see.
The older brothers are picking on novice Lucas, punishing him when he doesn't deserve it and humiliating him.
It seems that now even brothers can't avoid worldly evil. Thank you for the information, and if you can, stand up for him. The older brothers are also out to get me. Any action I take, they'll try to use against me.
Brother Yodok has been stealing wine for the cicadas so they can drink.
Yodok? Well, That little rat's shown his true colours. Do you know where he's stealing it from?
I don't know, unfortunately.
No matter. You've brought me important information.
That's all I know.
If you find out anything else, come to me. I'd be interested to hear it.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. Concoct 2 buck's blood potions. Once you finish them,
The food's definitely gone downhill. I remember back when we ate like kings.
And the wine, those were the days.
You'll see. Things will get better with the new abbot.
what do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found...
What is it, brother?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you.
Not a single error. Quite a feat for a beginner. Shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, so much the more ought the punishment to sin is avoid evil words. Therefore, since the spirit of silence should come, permission to speak should rarely be granted even to perfect disciples, even though it is good, holy, edifying composition. For it is written, "In much speaking you will not escape sin." And in another place, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciples' part is to be silent and to listen. And for that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior, it should be asked with all the humility and submission inspired by reverence. But as for coarse jests and idle words, or words that move to laughter, these we condemn everywhere with a perpetual ban. And for such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth.
God be with you.
God be with you.
Peace be with you.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping around in the corridor at night. What am I...
What troubles you?
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
My joints started aching just before they raised scallots, and now they hurt.
Someone whose job it is to investigate the case, find the perpetrators and make sure they get the punishment they deserve.
Punishment? Do you intend to punish them here, in the monastery?
I don't know yet. I'm still just on their trail. Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lukas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help.
Возможно, но возможно, может быть, ты вообще он кинжал-то я у него нашел.
Inside my lips.
I found a dagger in your stash.
And why shouldn't you have? I did hide it there after all. Do you often go through other people's belongings?
Only when necessary.
And was it necessary? Are you looking for someone or something? Maybe if you tried just asking, you'd have better luck. That dagger's the only thing I have left of my father. It was in our old shop under the counter. Father kept it there to protect himself from thieves. When I was little, I admired that dagger so much. I asked Father if he'd give it to me when I was older. He always said yes, but only after he was dead.
Go on, please.
Now Father's dead and I'm here. That piece of steel is the only thing I have left from the outside world. I know it's not suitable for a monk, but I can't part with it. Now you can give it back to me. Thou shalt not steal.
Если надо будет, я его заново выкрасть могу. Наверное.
I don't have it with me now.
Well, I'd be grateful if you brought it back to me. It would grieve me to lose it.
Salve Domine.
Ну, если это окажется йодок, то это достаточно банально, но с другой стороны логично. Так это может кто угодно быть вообще.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Куда это он побежал, блядь? Дверь я хуй открою, это, блядь, вообще не знаю. Ты уже знал, блядь, заранее, что надо качать эту хуйню. А, стоп, подожди, почему он сложный-то, блядь? Я же открывал сложный уже. Странно, я открывал сложный замок. Это странно, я открывал уже сложный замок. Может, пьяный я потому что тогда был? Ну, так вроде нет. Или да?
What troubles you?
Here I am.
Just in time to manage it all. Once we're outside, we'll need to be careful and we'll need to be quick. If we're not back before sunrise, someone will realize we've gone and there'll be hell to pay.
Where exactly are we going for the wine?
Next to the monastery is the house of the custodian, a baron who provides military protection to the monastery. We'll take the wine from him.
How do we do that once we're there? Will we need to break into the custodian's cellar?
We needn't break in anywhere. It's on the ground floor and usually unlocked. It holds supplies for the whole craftsman's yard, and every now and again, someone comes in to fetch something. The only thing we have to make sure is that nobody sees us.
I'm ready. We can head off.
All right. You have the outside keys, so get unlocking.
Да, у меня ключей дохуя прям. Короче, это провал, а не квест. Ибо, блядь, у меня нет ключей. Извини, не получилось. Бля, как меня заебал этот квест. Бля, вот тоже, блядь, конечно. Как можно так квесты делать? Вот честно, ну как можно так делать квесты? Ну у меня нет ключа, почему он мне говорит, что ключ у меня, блядь? Да, у меня есть отмычка, но я не умею открывать такие замки. Я думаю, может, он умеет, блядь.
What would you like? Praise be to Christ, brother.
Я даже не знаю, да можно и сказать ему похуй.
Listen, there's something I ought to tell you.
Посмотрим, как он
There's a
отреагирует.
dangerous criminal hiding in the monastery, and I came here to look for him.
Ha! I knew it! He's a villain. Who are you, though? Oh, it's better not to ask, isn't it? It's always safer not to ask.
Never mind that. Who's a villain?
That's Siskin. I always thought he was an odd one, the way he carries on. But now it makes perfect sense. He's a criminal fleeing justice.
You mean his not going to morning prayers?
So you noticed that too?
Actually, you could be right.
I think when you take a closer look at Siskin, you'll find he's the one you're looking for.
Ah, you've got the wrong end of the stick. That has nothing to do with anything.
You think so? He definitely acts like a criminal. Who else would it be?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
What are you going to do to that fellow once you find him?
I don't know yet.
You should talk to the Circators or the Prior about it, not act on your own.
Or maybe you're the one I'm looking for.
Me? A criminal? Look at me. How could I be? No, my friend, you're accusing the wrong man. If you want my advice, the oddest one around is Siskin. That fellow was never meant to be a monk. He's hiding something from us.
No, I'm sure of it. It's you. A cowardly, filthy rat. A nasty, spineless piece of shit.
No, I never. It was Siskin. It's him you want, not me. Leave me alone. I never done you any harm. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. God in heaven, what have you done now?
Это не я виноват, Чиш. Виноваты те, кто квест сделали. Это ты знаешь. Или как я его назвал, не так назвал его, по-моему, нам не важно. Блять, заебал этот квест, короче, блять. Выйти не могу, нахуй. Ключей не достать. Причем ключей никак не достать, потому что единственный вариант, чтобы их достал тот чел. Но тот чел их не может достать, потому что ему надо 200, блять, грошей, которых нельзя достать. Соответственно, единственный вариант — вскрыть отмычкой. Но чтобы вскрыть отмычкой, нужно, блядь, как можно так сделать квест? Это вообще, они что, совсем дураки, блядь, нахуй? Игра как будто недоделанная, вот реально, местами, прям вообще вот. Типа, бля, ну отъебись просто, моменты какие-то сделаны совершенно. Ну и чё, вот, чё мне, как мне открыть? Никак, блядь. А как я тогда открыл тот сложный сундук? Мне можно, блядь, узнать? Может, типа, сундуки легче открывать, чем двери? Я хз. Пойду проверю, кстати говоря. Сундук-то на месте, в общем-то. Я могу... А, ну он, блядь, уже открытый. Я уже не проверю. Ну да. Уже я никак не проверю. Единственный вариант, может быть, бухнуть надо. Я не знаю, что бухалово типа увеличивает взлом само по себе, без всяких... Во. Еще замок есть не скрытый. Но сейчас не получится, потому что это, блядь, палево. Может, типа до 5 уровня прокачать достаточно будет. Осталось, в принципе, чуть-чуть там. Но мне кажется, одного взломанного не хватит. А это последний, по-моему. Не взломанный. Я даже хз, что делать. Короче, надо попробовать открыть. Если что, сохранение загружу. Что? Сейчас не хватит, скорее всего. Да мне кажется, 5 уровня не хватит, чтобы сложный замок открыть. Блять, ну почему я тот-то смог открыть? И я, честно говоря, даже не уверен, что мне это поможет, что я в этой комнате аббата найду что-то полезное. Блять, сколько здесь еще торчать нахуй в этом монастыре? Понятно. Подождем, блядь. Что еще остается-то? Подождите, а где был этот сундук? Блять, когда он нужен, его не могу найти. Ну что такое, а? Пятый уровень я получил, но это ничего не даст, мне кажется. Пойду проверю. Походу, да, это ничего не даст. Может, там восстанавливаются замки через какое-то время, можно дальше взламывать их. Ну, что-то вряд ли. Не. Походу, это провал, блядь. Хули он тут делает? Ой, ты похуй, я его отпизжу и потом открою. Понятно. Короче, это вообще не выход, значит, получается. Тогда я не знаю, что делать. Все, я, блядь, здесь заперт нахуй навеки вечные. И отсюда, блядь, не выбраться. В пизду, блядь. Надоела эта хуйня, блядь. Нет, ну реально, блядь, ну как так, а? Ну как? Попробую другой вариант. Может, надо набухаться, блядь? Ну а вдруг?
No matter. We'll get more soon. So, good health.
Good health.
We'll have to take that Yodok to task about where he got this wine and tell him next time.
What do you desire, brother?
Let's drink.
That's the...
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it...
To Abbot John.
That's...
Let's drink.
That's the...
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it...
To Peter.
So...
Let's drink.
That's...
How about to the abbot?
To the...
To Abbot John.
That's...
My dear brothers, I'd like to ask a
if it's wine...
It's a...
Well, well, Brother Gregor. I'll have you know, he's a sodomite, a depraved sinner.
He hates you because you trample all over him and he has nothing to lose. If you show him just a bit of kindness, he'll think again about taking you on. You'll see.
Fine, you've convinced me. You can tell him things have been straightened out, but he'd better be on his best behavior from now on. Beware of Lucas. He might corrupt you.
What do you mean?
He's a sodomite, a sinner. He might try to get you into the habit. You're out of it.
I didn't know that. Thanks for the warning.
What would you like?
I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to...
Do us a favor, brother.
Thanks.
What's there left to drink?
To our fresh young
Leave me be. I want to sleep.
Так, ну все, я бухаю. Ну, ничего не даст, скорее всего. Понятно. Да, неплохо. Неплохо квест. Этот засосал меня, блядь. Я отсюда не выбраться. Не, выбраться-то можно, блядь, но тогда, получится, я не сделаю задание или что. Я хуй его знаю, блядь. С другой стороны, уж его не надо тогда делать. Я зря все это время здесь находился, блядь. Но это тогда смешно даже будет. Ну, в принципе, конечно... Не, ну, в пизду я даже не хочу даже об этом думать. Какая разница уже все. Я не знаю, короче, блядь. Я, наверное, блядь, не знаю, пойду в угол смотреть. Потому что, ну, я реально не понимаю, блядь, что делать. Ну, хорошо, ладно, окей. Замки все, блядь, скрыты. Все, блядь, ничего, я прокачать больше не смогу нихуя. Эту тему. Я просто не понимаю, что делать, блядь. У меня есть такое подозрение, что, возможно, вот, Святоша, но не факт. И типа надо с ним из монастыря выйти, чтобы, блядь, там решить вопрос. Ну, тоже не факт. Хз, блядь, заебала, короче, меня эта тема. Я реально, что я парюсь, пойду и загуглю, блин. Если сейчас не получится решить этот вопрос быстренько. Сложный замок у нее, блядь, понимаешь ли? Как же так, блядь? Ладно, похуй, короче.
Salve. Be well.
I spoke to the cicadas about how they've been treating you.
Really? Did you manage to convince them to leave me alone?
But you have to promise not to tell anyone what you saw them doing. Then they'll leave you alone.
That's a promise I'd be glad to make. I'm forever in your debt, brother. Because now I know I can trust you, there's something I want to tell you. It's about Brother Antonius. I wouldn't like to say something that isn't true. God forbid I should cause harm by my words, but this is something I'm sure of. Novice Antonius is lying to us.
What makes you say that?
He claims he's a merchant's son from Vlashim, and that he joined the order voluntarily. The thing is, I spent a great deal of time in Vlashim. I know it like the back of my hand, and no one even remotely like Antonius has ever lived there.
Are you sure? Because this could mean that...
It's true, or Canute isn't my name. That would be my secular name, by the way, but that's not important. I know Vlashim, and I know the local merchants there, and I've never seen Antonius among them. Why would he be lying if he had nothing to hide?
Thank you for telling me. I'll look into it.
А что запросто, кстати, у него и кинжал, блядь, и этот говорит. Да, скорее тогда всего это он, получается, а не Йодок этот. Что угодно может быть, короче, я уже даже не знаю, блядь.
What troubles you?
I've discovered something about...
I see.
That's all I know.
If you find out anything...
Вообще меня поймают и в карцер посадят, блядь.
But this very obedience will be acceptable to God and pleasing to men only if what is commanded is done without hesitation. Delay, lukewarm,
What would you like?
grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
his lips but simply in his heart, then even though he fulfills the command, yet his word will not be acceptable to God, who sees that his heart
Brother, I've a favour to ask.
I see.
Well,
he will incur the punishment due to murmurers unless he amends.
is there any other way?
The door out of the monastery is like any other. Only the lock's more complicated than most. But I can sell you some lockpicks. And with a little...
После недолгой практики, да. Вы понимаете, блядь, в монастыре нельзя достать 200 золотых, чтобы, блядь, получить, короче, от него услугу. Нельзя. Хотя, блядь, зачем-то есть такая опция. Он говорит, что попрактикуешься чуть-чуть и ничего, блядь, типа откроешь отмычки. Чтобы попрактиковаться, нужны замки. Здесь недостаточно замков, чтобы научиться взламывать на таком уровне, блядь. Кто эти квесты делал? Вот, блядь, приведите его сюда, пожалуйста, я с ним поговорить хочу, блядь. Мне хочется спросить вообще, блядь, вот один вопрос ему задам, один вопрос, блядь. Вот. Короче, пики точеные. И хуи дроченые, блядь. Куда сам сядешь, куда мать посадишь, сука.
How can I get hold of them?
With great difficulty. Unless you want to rob the prior.
There's something else on my mind.
Brother, remember the vow.
Even more than by his words, expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intelligent among his disciples, but demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed, from him more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not
What
love
troubles
one
you?
more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works or in obedience. And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but
Praise be to
since he has
Christ,
the
brother.
authority, let him cut out those faults by the roots as soon as they begin to appear. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silo. The well
Gregor, talk to me.
good understanding. Let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient character.
Конченая, бля, хуйня вообще. Мне надоела эта хуйня уже реально.
With words. And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death.
Brother?
Бля.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere?
You're right, brother.
Now, this is your third.
Very well, brother.
I still need... You have a weapon. Here. In the
Да, вот так вот.
I don't care. You've...
Меня выгнали. Может, на самом деле забить и реально делать этот квест снаружи, типа, блядь, типа прокачать взлом, все дела, и потом просто залезть туда. Я пойду и загуглю, я заебался нахуй.